Hi everyone, it's Mr. Kwan here. Let's go ahead and talk about our first outline, which is linear equations. Our first example says, suppose you go to a restaurant that charges you a $5 seating fee, and then everything on the menu becomes $4. We want to fill out this table and its missing values. On the left-hand side, you can see that those numbers indicate the number of items that you order, and the right-hand side shows the subtotal of your bill. And subtotal just means the total without including tax. So first we know that we ordered 2 items, and each of those items is $4. So you could put 4 plus 4 since we ordered 2 of them, and then we have to add on that $5 seating fee. So 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 5, which means our subtotal in that scenario would be $13. Now, in the next row, we are given the scenario that our subtotal came out to $61, and we want to figure out how many items we ordered. Well, that $61 includes our seating fee, right? And so what if we subtracted 5 from that? So 61 minus 5 is going to be $56. And we also know that that $56 is going to be split up amongst the number of items by $4. So basically what that's saying is that whatever number goes here, the number of items that we ordered, if we multiply that by $4, it should give us 56. So as kind of like a reverse to that statement, it should be the case that if we divide 4 into 56, so it should be the case that if we ordered 14 items, then our total will come out to $61 because 14 times $4 gives us 56, and then if we add $5 to that, that gives us 61. So now I'm going to come down to this third row, and notice here that we did 4 plus 4, but we also could have done a multiplication statement and said 4 times 2. So since we have 7 items here, if we multiply that by the $4 and then add on 5, that should give us our answer that we want as well. So 7 times 4 is 28, plus 5 equals, that gives us a total of $33. Okay, so last problem, we have $31, so again, we could subtract 5 from that, and that would give us $26. And so just like we did previously, now we are going to divide that $26 by 4, and 4 times 6 is 24. And so if I added that decimal point here, I could bring down the 0, and 4 goes into 25 times, so 6.5. So let's think about this carefully. If you were to go to a restaurant and ask the waiter for 6.5 items, it usually doesn't work out like that, right? Like normally we can only order a whole number of items. You could say like, I want 2 of these sandwiches. Generally, they don't let you do fractions of orders. So really here, if we were thinking about the context of this problem, we would probably say no number of items would give us a subtotal of $31. Okay, so now the next question asks us to create a graph that shows how much your subtotal cost would be if you ordered between 0 and 4 items, and make sure you label your axes. So notice that this grid that's given to us doesn't actually have any axes, so let's make our own. I'm gonna put this all the way here because we don't really have any negative values. That wouldn't make sense in the context of this problem. So I'm going to create my axes in this fashion like that. And we want to go ahead and label these as well. And so our horizontal axis, that will be represented by the number of items ordered. And then our vertical axis, that could be cost of subtotal or subtotal cost, whatever you want to call that. And so here I'm going to indicate that each tick mark represents one item. So maybe I'll put 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, like that, and so on and so forth. But if we go back to the problem, it says just show the subtotal cost if you ordered between 0 and 4 items. So let's go back here and let's think about how we want to scale our tick marks for our vertical axis. So maybe off to the side here, let me think about if I ordered 8 number of items, then if I multiplied that by the $4 per item and then added the $5 seating fee to that, that would be 32 plus 5, and so that would be equal to 37. And so if I put 8 here, I would want to plot a point so that the vertical axis gives me 37. So maybe I'm going to increment these by 5. So let's call that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and then I'll just leave the rest blank for now. And so if I ordered 0 number of items, if I just went and sat in the restaurant, unfortunately, they'd still charge me that $5 seating fee. So I'm going to plot that point right there. And if I ordered 1 number of items, then they'd charge me the $5 seating fee plus the additional $4 for that one item, which would put me at $9. If I ordered 2 items, then 2 times 4 is 8, plus 5 is 13, so that would put me at about right here. I'm going to skip 3 and maybe move on to 4. So if I ordered 4 items, times 4 is 16. 16 plus 5 is 21, so that would be about right there. And then in most problems, we would connect these dots to create a line. However, I kind of alluded to this earlier in this example that you can't really have fractions of orders, and in this case, we can really only have whole number orders. And so I'm going to go ahead and just leave it like that with these ordered pairs. And I'll go ahead and for 3, put that one there because 3 times 4 is 12, plus 5 is 17. And so in a lot of other problems, we'd connect that line, but here I'm just going to leave it not connected like that.